Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite or Mike. Hi, Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone, and Taz here. We're going to bring a play-by-play board over. And here today on Dynamite or Mike, we're going to see a good show here today. We understand that Mora's here. And also Roman Reigns is here, Michael Cole says. Well, you got that right, Michael, Tony Schiavone says. Next Monday or Alone Day, I'll be taking over doing Alone Tonight Raw again. And I guess either working with you and Corey Graves. Yeah, and I get to work with you on Dynamite or Mike, Rampage Ram Through. And I guess on Collision or Hit too, I guess. Well, I guess so too, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, we wonder if Roman Reigns knows anything about Mora helping him on Monday Night Raw or Alone Night Raw. I can tell you one thing right now, Michael and Tony. If Roman Reigns knows anything about Mora helping him, then he's going to know that win he got over Aries, is dirty. And if he knows any good for himself, he'll know that he'll give Aries another match. Well, here comes Mora now. Alright, everyone. I can't stand up. One thing that Mattel and Hasbro have the same when they make their dolls, either, that they can't stand up. Alright, shit. Now stop it. Okay, alright. So I can't stand up. And it's not like Hasbro gave me a stand for this, but that's not the grounds of this film. The grounds of this film is I want to tell everybody why I did what I did to help Roman Reigns out. It's true that my last name is not Amua. It's not Fatu, it's not Maivia, it's not Johnson, so yeah. The grounds to why I helped him out is because I felt that someone who's atoning for their mistakes, their misdeeds, to let him know that at least someone out there is willing to forgive him for his misdeeds, for anything he did that was wrong. And we all know that God and Jesus are the only ones that can forgive you for your sins and misdeeds, And I felt I had to do that. Mora, we need to talk. First off, Mora, yeah, me and you got one thing that's the same. We're both what some folks would call, east, east-south sidelanders. You came from Hawaiish land, which is now one of the Reichs of the 4-1 Reichs, and my forekin came from Samoish land, which is really slighted between, the folk Reich of Samoish land and Vinlander Samoish land, which is a settling of the 4-1 Reichs. But anyway, yeah, your kin name is Matafada. It's not Amua or Fatu or Maivia. But then I just want to say thank you for helping me. But also at the same time, I learned a long time ago that if you're going to do something, you got to do it yourself. And I also learned about this whole thing about onlook here. And I need a stand because, I can't stand up without a stand, so I'm just going to lean against the ring steeple. So, yeah, and more, I did make a lot of mistakes, and one of the mistakes was thinking that I was everyone's pinhead, that I was everyone's king, Kaiser, highest leader, overlord, overwatcher, Also, I handled my forekin I handled my kin and friends the wrong way. And then I forgot that if you want onlook, you gotta get onlook. Because that was something my father taught me when he was alive. You know? And anyway, at the end of the day, Maura, I just want to say thank you for helping me. And at least thank you for being one of those who was willing to forgive me for the mistakes that I made. Because hell, I made a lot of mistakes. 3 years of mistakes, you could say, if it was WWE. 3 years of mistakes in the TWF and the SM and the SMF. But thank you for helping me with Aries. You know? And I know that some folks out there might think that, oh, I'm taking the upper hand on someone else now who is an East South Sidelander. No, I wouldn't think that, Roman. You know, I wouldn't think that at all. Yes, it's true that the Samoish folk and the Hawaiian folk and the Maori folk, you know, and that their free speeches were about the same, and they came from the same speech kin, you know. And it's true that Hawaiian land started out as a kingdom, then became a folk Reich, and then became a settlement before it became a Reich. It's true, I'm not a Fada, I'm not a Mora or a Fatu or a Mayaviya, but at the same time, I was going to stand with you because at least I can know how it is to make a mistake and then have to learn from that mistake. If you ever saw my first film, and you know I did about my mistakes, or my 2-disc film, you know. Oh, is this right, Aries says. Huh? You both teamed up against me. You both suck, Aries says. Roman Reigns, you can't win a match by yourself. You never did in your whole time in FCW or in WWE. You couldn't win your own match by yourself, either in WWE or in the SMF. And you, Mora, this has nothing to do with you. This is between me and Roman Reigns. And I could care less now if your kin name was Modafada instead of being a Mua or Fatu or Mayaviya. Or Johnson, because of Johnson, Kins, whatever, whatever. You know, now, I'm after you now, too. Is that right, Aries, huh? You scathed me for being a weakling and a bully for 3 years. And fuck, I can't stand on this stand now, I'm so. And you told me, Aries, that I do not stack, smash, and cover anymore. Well, I think I will. I think me and Mora here would be so open-minded to have another match with you. That's what I think. And you know what I also think? Alright, this is what I think, Astronema says, what's going on here. How come, I can't stand up straight. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. Roman Reigns, I understand that you beat Aries on Monday Night Raw in the Blood Row match. And Mora, you came out there to help him. And even though there was no oversight, Aries, you think I thought that this bond, this war between both of you would have been settled by now. But I feel like it's not. So here today, it will be this time, it will be Mora fighting Aries. And Roman Reigns, you do know that this is a one-on-one match, so I can't have anyone else doing anything in this. Yeah, well, I understand that. Well, it looks like that Astronema, it looks like that Astronema or Corone has made the match between Mora and Aries here today on Dynamite for Mike. Michael Cole says. And Tony Schiavone said, it looks like we're going to get Mora fighting Aries here today on Dynamite or Mike, though. And Aries bitching about the unfairness of what happened to him in their last match, you know, between him and Roman Reigns. Unfairness, Mora had nothing to do with it. Mora stuck her nose in business that had nothing to do with her, Taz says. And you know, Taz says, folks who like to stick their nose in our folks' business end up getting got. Taz says. Oh yeah, Michael Cole says, like you dare to stick your nose in anybody else's business in your time in ICCW or ECW or WWF or WE or TNAW or IWAW, right? Mora coming right now. Mora just did a kick and down goes Aries, the God of War, Michael Cole says. We know Mora is a former TWF heavyweight fighter and heavyweight fighter, Tony Schiavone says. And we knew Mora is a skilled wrestler and fighter in her own right. Oh, and Aries right now is in a bind right now. Taz says, the last time I ever put myself in someone else's business. And Mora, she should mind her own business. Oh, that hell with Disney self, Taz says. And Mora gets ready to do the Hawaii spike. Not to be misled with the Samoa spike. And Aries just knocked Mora down. Michael Cole says, we know Aries. He's always been the same way since he came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering at the end of 2021 YL. He's always been that creep. Aries just hit Mora and knocked her down. And even though this match is a one-on-one match, one fall to an ending here, Michael Cole says, we do know Aries doesn't care about laws or oversights. Michael Cole says. Tony Schiavone said Aries, a God of War, has never cared about laws or oversight, so no one could make him follow laws or oversights, Tony Schiavone says. Well, that's true. If Aries wanted to, he could pull his own sword out right now, hit Mora with it, and everybody would be none the wiser, Taz says, of what happened. Well, you get the match thrown out then, Michael Cole says. The Fight Lord stare. Yeah, Tony Schiavone said the Fight Keeper's standing up on that steeple over there. Because he can't, because if he does, he'll fall down, Michael Cole says. And now Aries coming up right now. Mora got ready. The Hawaii spike. Down went Aries. Aries is down again. You would think being the God of War from Hellenish folklore, you would think that would help him, give him the upper hand, Michael Cole says. But I guess not, Tony Schiavone said. Even the God of War always got beat all the time in Hellenish folklore, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, that is true, Taz says. It's a shame that Aries going to lose once again. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Aries just lost his sword. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Mora. Well, Mora has beat Aries here today on Dynamite or Mike. And Aries has lost his sword, not the first time or the last time. But Aries has lost to Mora now. You would think that now Aries would call it quits and go back underneath the stone that he came out from underneath, Michael Cole says. But it looks like Aries can't get his strap on to hold his sword instead. What the fuck? Well, Taz says, well, we're trying to think out that Mora beat Aries. I think Aries is getting buried here. That's what I think. I truly think that Aries is getting buried here in the toy wrestling gathering. I think Aries has been buried in the toy wrestling gathering since he came to the toy wrestling gathering at the end of 2001 Wildo. And it's not going back in. Well, that could be true, Tony Schiavone said. Aries' belt will not go back in right now. It just will not go. Anyway, we're going to have to take it away now to, Mike today. Well, Aries, it looks like you got a shit! It looks like, Aries, you got... Oh, shit. Fuck. Well, Aries, it looks like you got a bind going on. Yeah, my bloody strap will not go around myself right now. And I just lost my sword and my sword holder. But I will get it to go around me again. And I will get even on Mora. I will get even on Roman Reigns. Well, first you gotta get your strap back in instead. Yeah, I gotta get my strap back in instead. It won't go back in. I think Toy Biz fucked up on this. I gotta fight to get my holder and my sword back in. But guess what, Mike, today? I will get it back in. And I will get even on Mora and Roman Reigns. Well, that's my talk with Aries, the God of War. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, thank you, Mike, today for talking with Aries, the God of War, here today on Dynamite or Mike. And it's all the time we got here for Dynamite or Mike. I, Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone. We hope you like Dynamite or Mike. Shit! And we'll see you tomorrow for Impact or Hit.